Hello, myself B. Shuraya, Assistant Professor of Commerce. Today, let us learn accounts of non-profit organizations, which are also called non-trading concern, accounts of non-trading concerns. So, this is also very important chapter. So that let us know them. See, when it comes to accounts of non-profit organization, the non-trading concerns may be constituted as registered associations or societies or trusts. The registered concerns are required to maintain the necessary books under the double entry system as per the provisions of Act under which they are registered. The non-trading concerns also prepare final accounts like profit-making organizations at the end of the accounting year. The set of rules or principles followed for preparing final accounts of both organizations are almost the same. The non-trading concerns normally don't maintain detailed books of account like profit-making organizations, as they do not have to purchase or sell goods. Usually, they maintain only a cash book. At the end of the year, they prepare a summary of cash transactions in the form of an account known as receipts and payments account with the help of all receipts and payments. And also, non-trading concerns would like to know from where the revenues are obtained and how these are utilized and whether there is any surplus or deficit therefrom by preparing a statement known as income and expenditure account. Therefore, non-trading concerns should prepare all those accounting statements which fulfill such requirements. Generally, non-profit or non-profit making concerns prepare the following or below said accounting statements which form then final accounts. One is receipts and payments account, another one is income and expenditure account, and the third financial statement is balance sheet. These three accounts are to be prepared in the accounts of non-profit organizations. Let us know about these three accounts one by one. Receipts and payments account. These are first account which will be prepared in the books of non-profit organizations. This is receipts and payment account is a summarized and classified statement of all cash receipts and payments for a particular period is called receipts and payments account. Receipts and payments account is a summary of cash book. It is prepared at the end of the period given a summary of all receipts and payments recorded in the cash book. This account is a real account and very important for non-trading concerns because the members are more concerned about their cash position than the surplus or deficit revealed by the income and expenditure account. All receipts are entered on the debit side and payments are recorded on the credit side. Receipts and payments account starts with the opening balance. It may be cash or cash and bank balance, which is recorded as the first item on the debit side and ends with the closing balance. This may be cash or cash and bank balance, which is the last item on the credit side. In case the opening and closing bank balances are overdrafts, they appear in the opposite side. Further, there is no distinction between capital and revenue. All receipts and payments, whether capital or revenue, past, present, and future items, find place in the receipts and payments account. So that this receipts and payment account is having some specific features. Those features are: receipts and payment account is a summary of cash book, merging cash and bank items. It is not a part of double entry system, but cash book is a part of double entry system. Receipts and payment account is a real account in which all the cash related transactions will be recorded. Another feature of receipts and payment account is it starts with the opening cash and or cash and bank balances, and also it contains all receipts and payments irrespective of their nature, capital or revenue nature, and includes previous year, present year and succeeding year if they are received and paid during the year. Another feature of the receipts and payment account is it records actual receipts and payments. Hence, ignores accrued incomes and outstanding expenses. These are the features of receipts and payments account. Though there is a similarity between cash book and receipts and payment account, there are certain distinctions between these two. These distinctions are: receipts and payments account is a summary of cash transactions. Cash book is a record of cash transactions in the chronological order. Receipts and payment account is a real account. Of course, cash book or account is also a real account, but it is also considered as a day book. And receipts and payment account is prepared at the end of the accounting period. When it comes to cash book, it's prepared throughout the accounting period continuously. Receipts and payments account prepared only for non-trading concerns, but cash book is kept by all business organizations and non-trading organizations and concerns also. Receipts and payments account is having no column of ledger folio. Hence, it's not a part of double entry system. it will be having only receipts column, total column, or payments column and total column. But when it comes to cash book, there is a separate column for ledger folio on both the sides of the book, and it follows double entry system. So these are the main distinctions between receipts and payment account and cash book. Now let us see the pro forma of receipts and payment account. It will be like this. Pro forma of receipts and payments account, title should be there. Title should be receipts and payment account of so and so person, so and so company, for the year ending on 31st or 30th of concerned end of the date. As we are considering this as an account, it should have debit and credit. Left side part is called debit side, right side part is called credit side. While entering in the account on both sides, should start TO2 on debit side, BY by on credit side. See, this is the format. In the first, on debit side, to balance brought down. As I explained earlier, generally receipts and payment account will have opening balance. It may be cash or cash and bank balance. Bank balance is not mandatory, but may be having cash balance. If bank balance also is there, bank account is also is there, it has to be shown here. Next, subscriptions. Whatever the subscriptions we received in this year are to be recorded on receipt side, that means debit side. These subscriptions may be of previous year, may be of current year, or for next year. Irrespective of the years, they are to be mentioned in this column, that means on debit side. Generally, more or less frequently will be collecting entrance fee from the members. This entrance fee has to be written on debit side, whether it is small or big. If we collect in this year, that has to be debited to this account. When it comes to donations, since non-profit making organizations are service oriented organizations, some donations will be received from the philanthropists. These donations may be general or specific, whatever it may be. If you receive any amount in the name of donations, are to be debited to this account. These organizations will be charging or collecting life membership fees, that has to be debited, and also legacies will be collected. This also has to be debited to this receipts and payments account. If any contribution for annual dinner is received, that is to be debited. Any dividends on our investment on this particular concern, investments received are to be debited. Any interest on non-profit making concern deposits, that has to be debited. Any receipts on annual sports conducted by the organization are to be debited. Any receipts on cultural shows conducted by the organization are to be debited. By selling old newspapers and magazines, we will get some amount, that is to be debited to this account. In the same way, sale of old sports material and sale of assets are to be debited. Any sundry receipts are there, they are to be debited. Generally, these type of items will come in the non-profit making concerns. Now let us see what are the items will be written on credit side of receipts and payments account. If any overdraft is there, that will be shown on the credit side by balance brought down overdraft. Whatever the salaries and wages paid, that are to be credited. Rent, rates and taxes. These may be for previous years, maybe for current year, maybe for future, whatever it may be, if we paid, that are to be credited. If at all any printing and stationery is purchased in this year, that is to be credited. If any insurance premium is paid, has to be credited. If any annual sports expenses incurred, they are to be mentioned here. Any cultural program expenses are incurred, they are to be credited to this account. If at all any assets are purchased, they are to be credited. Any books and periodicals are purchased, that expenditure must be credited to this account. For auditing books of non-profit making organizations, we have to pay some audit fee. That fee must be mentioned on credit side of this account. If at all any honorarium is paid to judges or other persons, that must be credited to this account. Any type of bank charges mentioned in the passbook are to be credited to this account. General expenses of postage, water and electricity, repairs and maintenance, like these expenses must be credited if we paid in this year. And also any annual dinner expenses are incurred, they are to be written on this side. After writing all these things, since it is an account, it has to be balanced. If there is no overdraft, definitely amount on debit side will be more than that of the credit side. If there is an overdraft, total amount will be more than on debit side or credit side. So that check the total of both sides. If overdraft is there, then total on one side has to be mentioned in the other side. Say for example, if total amount on receipt side is more than that of payment side, then total of credit side amount has to be deducted from the total of debit side. That is called as balance carried down. It may be cash balance or cash and bank balance at the end of the day. This is how to prepare a receipts and payments account. It's a very easiest one, as there are two things are to be remembered. One is receipts and another one is payments. Irrespective of its time, years, whether any amount is received, we have to debit or write on receipt side. Irrespective of anything regarding the or relating to non-profit making organization, if we paid, that is to be credited. After completion of recording, account must be balanced, so that it is very easiest one. In the same manner, we are having one more account which will be prepared in the books of non-profit organizations, that is income and expenditure account. This income and expenditure account is also called revenue statement of non-profit organization. The revenue statement, which is prepared by the non-profit making organizations, showing their operating performance through various incomes and expenses for the period, is termed as income and expenditure account. It is similar to the trading and profit and loss account of the business organizations. Income and expenditure account is a nominal account in nature and does not contain capital receipts pertaining to the current year are to be recorded. That means in this account, capital receipts, capital expenditures, previous year and succeeding year expenses will not be recorded. Only expenses and incomes pertaining to the current year are to be recorded. Income and expenditure account is debited with all the expenses or losses and credited with all the incomes and gains pertaining to the current year only. The difference is either surplus or deficit for the period popularly known as excess of income over expenditure and excess of expenditure over incomes respectively. So that income and expenditure gives the information of income and expenditure of current year. To know the exact income of this current year, exact expenditure of this current year will be known by preparing this income and expenditure account. By preparing this account, we can prepare balance sheet. This is much more helpful and it helps to prepare balance sheet. So that this income and expenditure account is having some important features. Income and expenditure account features are: it's a nominal account. As in this account, we are recording only income earned, expenditure incurred pertaining to current year, so that it is a nominal account. This income and expenditure account is prepared by non-trading concerns in the place of trading and profit and loss account of the trading concern. This income and expenditure account contain only revenue items, incomes and expenses pertaining to current year are taken into consideration. Income and expenditure relating to the previous year or succeeding year and capital nature items are excluded while preparing this account. That means will not be recorded in this income and expenditure account. All the expenditure relating to current year is recorded on the debit side and all the incomes relating to current year is recorded on the credit side of this account. All adjustments relating to prepaid and outstanding expenses, outstanding income, income received in advance, depreciation, etc. are to be considered in the account. There is no opening balance, but the difference between the two sides is called as either surplus, that is excess of income over expenditure, or deficit, that means excess of expenditure over income. The surplus or deficit is transferred to capital fund on the liability side of the balance sheet. So this is the procedure is to be followed to prepare income and expenditure account. As I said earlier, this income and expenditure account provides the information regarding to current year only. With this, organization will be able to know whether any surplus is there or any deficit is incurred in this particular financial year, through which they can take decisions. In the same way, we should know the difference between income and expenditure account and also profit and loss account. Generally, these two accounts are similar in nature, but they are having some specific distinctions. Those are: income and expenditure account is prepared by non-profit making organizations only, but when it comes to profit and loss account, is prepared by all the business organizations. The income and expenditure account is prepared for the purpose to ascertain either surplus or deficit. Purpose of profit and loss account is to ascertain either net profit or net loss. Income and expenditure account mainly on the basis of receipts and payments account. When it comes to profit and loss account, trial balance is the basis for the preparation of profit and loss account. Income and expenditure account will show surplus or deficit which is transferred to capital fund. When it comes to profit and loss account, profit earned is usually withdrawn by the owners and adjusted through capital. These are the some distinctions these two accounts will have. While preparing non-profit making organization accounts, we should remember these things. Of course, these things are not mandatory. They are not going to make much difference, but we should know the distinction of these two accounts. In the same way, let us know the difference between the receipts and payments account and income and expenditure account. These two accounts will be prepared in the non-profit making organizations. But these two accounts are having so many differences. When it comes to receipts and payment account, it is a summary of cash book applicable to non-profit making organization, in which all the cash related receipts and payments will be seen. In the income and expenditure account, which is prepared to know the operating results of non-profit making organizations in place of P&L account of trading concern. Receipts and payment account is a real account prepared on the basis of cash system. There is no term of credit is used in this account. Income and expenditure account is also a nominal account, but prepared on the basis of mercantile system. All the accruals, prepaid expenses, any receipts received in advance, like this will be mentioned. Receipts and payments account starts with the opening balance of cash and bank balance. That means it will be having opening balance. Maybe a debit balance, maybe a credit balance, but it will have some opening balance. When it comes to income and expenditure account, which will not have any opening balance. Receipts and payment account records cash receipts on debit side and cash payments on credit side. Income and expenditure account records expenses and losses on debit side and incomes and gains on credit side. In the same way, receipts and payments account, it records receipts and payments of previous years, current year, subsequent years, and also revenue and capital items. But when it comes to income and expenditure account, it covers only revenue items, that too only current year expenses and incomes. Receipts and payment account does not include outstanding items like receivable items, depreciation, provisions, etc. But income and expenditure account will have adjustments are made at the end of the year, like depreciation, provisions, bad debts, and so on, so on. Receipts and payment account will have closing balance. This may be cash in hand, cash at bank, or overdraft, which can be transferred to the next year. In the income and expenditure account, this also will have closing balance, maybe either surplus or deficit, which can be transferred to the capital fund in the balance sheet. So these are the main differences or distinctions these two accounts will have. When we know the distinction differences of these accounts, we will have a clear idea about these accounts. Then only we prepare these two accounts clearly. Now, let's learn the Preparation of income and expenditure account by observing receipts and payment account. First, record incomes on the credit side and expenses on the debit side of income and expenditure account. Exclude opening and closing cash and bank balances shown in the receipts and payment account. And also exclude capital receipts and capital expenditure and also previous and future year items. Consider only revenue item, that too relating to current year. And also make adjustments for outstanding expenses if at all any item is there, accrued incomes, incomes received in advance and prepaid expenses. Make provision for bad debts and depreciation, etc. Later on, find out surplus or deficit and the same should be transferred to capital fund. You can observe this pro forma, we will get an idea. Easily we can prepare income and expenditure of a particular concern on a particular date on which we are preparing this. Name title should be like this: income and expenditure account of so and so company, so and so organization for the year ending on so and so date. Since it is an account, should have debit and credit sides. To indicate that, we have to write DR and CR. Debit side is expenditure, credit side income has to be written. Generally, these type of items will be seen in the income and expenditure account. I will read out them. On debit side, to salaries, to rent rates and taxes, to printing and stationery, to general expenses, to charities, groundmen wages, salaries, honorarium paid, postage, bank charges, repairs and maintenance, interest paid, insurance paid, travelling and conveyance expenses, telephone expenses, purchased newspapers and magazines, paid for entertainment expenses, audit fee paid, sports expenses, loss on sale of assets, electricity charges, depreciation. These things will be shown on debit side of this income and expenditure account. In the same way, on credit side or income side, by using by, since it is a credit side, subscriptions must be written. That too, as I said, current year subscriptions are only shown in this account. Entrance fee, if it is considered to be very little, then it is to be written on credit side of this account. In the same way, general donations, if the amount is very small, it has to be credited. Any government grants received for this current year, that is to be considered as income of current year. Any rent is received, any annual books advertisement receipts are there, are to be credited. Any profit is gained on sale of assets, any cultural show receipts are there, any annual dinner receipts are there, are to be credited. Any receipts from maintenance of bar so and so is there, that is to be credited. If any locker rent is paid, by the customers, has to be credited. Any dividend on investments received, any interest on deposits received, are to be credited. In the ground, any gross is there. If it is sold, we will get some amount that has to be credited to this account. Any other incomes are there, that income must be shown on this account on credit side. After that, this account may be having more on debit side or credit side. So, account has to be balanced. If credit balance is more than that of debit side, which is called excess of over expenditure, which is surplus. If at all total of debit side is more than that of credit side, that balance is called excess of expenditure over income, which is also called a deficit. Whether it is a surplus or deficit should be transferred to capital fund account, which will be seen in the balance sheet. If surplus is there, surplus has to be added to capital fund. If deficit is there, it has to be deducted from the capital fund. So, in this way, we have to prepare income and expenditure account. With another topic, let's meet in the next session.